the career of James Buster Douglas may take some time to recover, but tonight we feature a Liverpool featherweight who can put world title disappointment firmly behind him. This is the winning form of Paul Hodkinson, form he couldn't repeat in a brave and bruising world title defeat at the hands of Marcus Villasana. That was only 5 months ago. Tonight he's back in the ring with this man, Frenchman Guy Belahi, Hodkinson's third defence of his European title.
Making any complaints to the corner about the hand?
The fight live from Wembley in a moment, and we're hoping that Hodkinson's return to the ring is not too early. Newly voted as British Field Athlete of the Year, Steve Backley. Well, who else was there? Mighty throws that have taken Backley to a world record, a European and Commonwealth title. He's had a seat alongside Sue Lawley as well. We'll ask how much further he can take the world record and how much further the marketing men can take him. Profile of Backley, and we talk to the greatest rugby union player in the world. They've been saying that from as far back as 1972 about Argentina's Hugo Porta. And 18 years later, he's looking forward to Saturday's big game at Twickenham. The precise content of Sports Night tonight depends somewhat on events at Wembley. Paul Hodkinson, no doubt hoping for an emphatic but brief defence of his European featherweight title. Guy Belahi of France, his opponent, and at ringside, Harry Carpenter.
And here we're all ready to
gentlemen,
go
please.
with Mike Shinfield,
This, ladies
our
and
MC.
gentlemen, is the main event of the evening. National Promotions present a featherweight contest of 12 3-minute rounds, a match made at 9 stones, for the Featherweight Championship of Europe. Presenting and introducing in this corner, ladies and gentlemen, from France, the challenger, Guy Belahi. And from Liverpool, ladies and gentlemen, the Featherweight Champion of Europe, Paul Hodkinson. At the weigh-in today, Belahi scaled 9 stones, Hodkinson 8 stones 13 3/4 pounds. The officials for this contest appointed by the EBU, judges George Grabards from Germany and Fernando Paredes of Spain, the referee Mr. Hank Myers of Holland, timekeeper is Mr. Peter McCann of Hatch End, and the EBU supervisor Mr. Ted Wagner of Luxembourg.
Hodkinson then ready to go in this defence of his title, his third defence of this European title, which he won in April '89. An obligatory defence against Guy Belahi, the 30-year-old Frenchman.
Seconds out, first round.
While on all-known form, Hodkinson will start a hot favourite for this. Hodkinson in the crimson trunks. And the logo, Hocko. That's his nickname in Liverpool, Hocko. And that's emblazoned on the front of the shorts. It was only in June that he lost that world title fight, when he was well ahead on all cards. But with both eyes shut in the 8th round, he simply couldn't go on because he couldn't see. There was a lot of distress in the family at the time about it. In fact, the family wanted him to retire. But Hodkinson decided to go on. Belahi is the reigning French champion. Hodkinson beginning to thump quite hard right hands into the body. And Belig trying to work behind the left jab, moving quite lightly on his feet, looks fast. There'll be some concern here about Hodkinson's eyes. Only 4 to 5 months since that unsuccessful world title challenge. But of the two, I would think he's certainly the harder puncher. And you might want to try and get rid of this man fairly quickly. One or two red patches on the face of the Frenchman already. Hodkinson threatening very much with that quick right cross. And Hodkinson finishes the round. Very much the man in charge. 25 years old, 5 feet 4 inches tall, the defending champion. Here's his record. And that defeat, that one defeat in that unsuccessful challenge against Marcus Villasana in June in Manchester, when he couldn't go on in the 8th round. And all his 17 wins, all inside the distance. This is the Frenchman, Guy Belig, from Pau, the beautiful spa in the foothills of the Pyrenees. His first attempt at winning a European title. It's not his first appearance in this country. He was here less than 2 years ago in Basildon in an 8th-round non-title fight against Mark Riefer, the current Commonwealth junior lightweight champion, and Riefer stopped him in 3 rounds. Frenchman from the right. Well, if Mark Riefer could get rid of him in 3 rounds, Hodkinson will fancy his chance to do something similar. Great Britain currently on the crest of the wave where European titles are concerned at this moment. Britain has 6 European champions, including a new one tonight, Lennox Lewis. Dutch referee. Looks a bit like a straight man from a Charlie Chaplin film. That's a good punch from Hodkinson, and the French challenger is over in the 2nd round. Compulsory 8 count, even though he's up on his feet. Now then, can Hodkinson from Liverpool finish it off? Blood coming from the nose and mouth of Belig. The French champion trying very hard to fight his way back into this. Hodkinson serving early notice of his power of punch. And he's putting a lot into this 2nd round now to try and get rid of the challenger. And another scything right hand from Hodkinson. He will threaten to take his head off. Belig still trying to jab his way out of trouble with the left hand, but still walking into quite heavy punches to the head. Hodkinson couldn't get it over in the second round. And Bellegue walks quite firmly and confidently back to his corner, but quite heavily marked about the nose. Well, we can see again now just how Hodkinson put him down in the second round. Advancing on him. Beautiful, beautiful right hand. That was always the punch from the start of this fight that he threatened with. And there now appears to be a slight cut at the side of the Frenchman's left eye. And that's the Frenchman's record. And it doesn't compare, as you can see, with the record of Hodkinson. So he's been down and he's slightly cut. So Bellegue now has got a mountain to climb if he's to take this title. And to his credit, the Frenchman standing his ground and trying very hard to box his way back into this, but always under attack from this ruthless Hodkinson, and that will be good night for the French challenger. One left hook, swept him off his feet, his head banged the canvas all too hard as he went down, and it's all over. So Hodkinson, in his third defence of this European title, has done it again. And he's won inside the distance every time he's fought for this title. He won it in 2 rounds against Raymond Armand of France. He stopped Peter Harris of Wales in 9. He stopped Farid Ben Redjeb of France in 8 rounds. And here he is now with a win in the 3rd round. Again, the left hook it was. What a punch. Scything left hook. Swept the man right off his feet. Watch this. That one. He came up on his toes and went flat out. And unfortunately, he cracked his head very hard as he went down, as you'll see again here. Oh, the whiplash effect all too bad there. And he's only just now being helped to his feet. Well, that's a pretty impressive win. His power of punch always seemed to be likely to win this, but the manner of dispatch of the challenger really was quite impressive.
After 47 seconds of round 3, ladies and gentlemen, the winner on a count out and still featherweight champion of Europe, Paul Hodkinson.
So Hodkinson, still the European champion. He's the former British champion. He gave the title up. And this is a fine win for him tonight. What a good way to come back after that disastrous attempt on the world title when his eyes let him down against Marcus Villasana. All that behind him now. And Hodkinson from Kirby in Liverpool, a fine winner. Well, Jim Neal is up there in the ring and he's ready to talk to the winner.
Paul, well done. You look like the proverbial young man in a hurry this evening.
Yeah, well, no, it was the kind of fights he had to get on top straight away because, you know, he's tall. We let him think and start moving. It would have caused me a few problems, but I'm always a quick work, you know, I like to get on top straight away.
After the Villasana fight, there was a lot of pressure on you, from family and friends to maybe stop. But do you feel that this performance this evening has justified the decision to get back into boxing?
Yeah, well, you know, it never entered my mind to quit, you know, just that, you know, what does it like when you see the sun with a black eye, you know, but they're like behind me, all my family and that, you know, they didn't want me to quit, just that I was a bit upset at the state of my face, you know.
Did it make it a bit easier for you that he really did come forward? He obviously came here to give you quite a good fight.
Well, like I say, if he was moving, it would have made a lot awkward for me, but he was there in front of me, you know, he get up a little brave performance there, you know, but in the end, I think the class told.
A couple of good right hands and then probably one of the best lefts you've ever thrown to finish him off.
I think it is the best left hook I've ever thrown, you know.
There we are.
It was off a combination, you know, 1, 2, and a big left hook. 2, uppercut, and a left hook on it.
That's it.
It was off a combination, you know. was some punch. Things he had as
A nice finish, Paul, a nice return, and obviously one asks, what's the next step from here? Is it a defence of this, or perhaps consideration of moving back up into the world arena?
Well, you know, I showed in the last fight, you know, I'm world class, you know, and hopefully I'll get another world title shot, but Mr. He said, can answer that for you.
We'll look forward to seeing you in the ring again, Paul. Well done.
Before I go, I'd just like to dedicate this fight to my amateur trainer, Richie Lloyd. You know, he passed away shortly a while ago, and he was a great man, great trainer, and you know, it was devastating news when I found out this morning. You know, I was very upset, but it's just absolutely gutted, you know.
Well done, Paul. Very nice sentiment. Well done. Thank you.
Appreciate it, I'm sure, but an emphatic performance by Paul Hodkinson, which gives us a bit of time for more action from that Wembley bill very shortly. But just confirmation of that other European title decided tonight. Lennox Lewis, the London-born Olympic super heavyweight champion, won the European heavyweight title, stopping the French title holder Jean-Maurice Chanet in the 6th round at Crystal Palace.